Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Doomlink's Live Hunts. I unfortunately had to cut out the first, what I believe to be 20 minutes of this live stream because I was sitting here waiting for these guys to get ready to hunt, which is perfectly fine because editing the VODs is not really difficult for me to do, but yeah, I guess the first 20 minutes of whatever I was saying is not going to be immortalized for posterity, which is fine, I think I can live with that. But, yeah. This time I've actually got the live stream settings correct. In the previous live stream I had it set to Hunting with Purpose in Monster Hunter Freedom, which is, needless to say, not what I was doing. I was doing something quite different to that. And, yeah. This time you don't have to wonder what I'm doing. This is one of the reasons why I do not like going Blade Master against Elatrion. It is actually that very attack that gives me pause. It actually incentivizes me to just use a gun so that I'm not in range of it. By the way, that tail swing there, you know what I mean? I hate that fucking claw. It's stupid. Not only does it hurt, oh my god, the timing could not be worse, man. The timing could not have been worse than that. Brandon's only barely on target. I'm trying to stay out of Brandon's way, though. It's very important that I stay out of his way. If I flinch him at any point, it's not going to be good for anyone. Am I the only one going... Yes, I'm... No, Brandon and I are both going slime, so he's got the Grongigas hammer with Awaken, which is a fine choice for Elatrion. It's a very good choice. It's what most people do in this particular game. People didn't really use the Grongigas hammer for anything in Try. Assuming it was in that game, it should have been. Oh, that's a paralysis, so I'll get in position for that. I will stay on this side of the head, just so that I don't mess up Brandon. If he ends up hitting me like that, then so be it. I have to live with it. I can't allow myself to take issue with it, because at the end of the day, the head is his domain, and he's using a hammer, so... I have to live with it. Mokoto rejoined the room. This guy, you can't see that because I'm in the way of the chat, but a guy named Mokoto just joined the room. Unfortunately, he's Hunter Rank 1. I'm going to tell him that we're a G-Rank room and that we're not going to do his quests, because I don't want him to sit there and wait again, only to be told that we're not doing G-Rank hunts. So I'll try to tell him now. I'll take a hit. Oh. So fortunately, Elatrion was giving me the chance to let that guy know what's going on. Yeah, I'll try to keep away from that Dragon Claw as best I can. I did press the B button to evade, but clearly it was slightly too late. I have to take what I can get. And there goes Soraya. I'm sorry to see that. Some loud birds tweeting outside. Nothing unusual. Oh yeah, I was trying to mention this before. That tail there, as I understand it, the only game that really had that tail... I'm pressing the button to evade through it with almost perfect timing, but it's so perfect that it's slightly too late. So, I guess imperfect, yet damn close to being right. But yeah, that tail swing there that he does, particularly after he charges, so see how that tail swings to the side after he does a charging attack and swings his head in the air? That was really only something that could hit you, referring to the tail, in Monster Hunter Try. They removed the... If I get hit by that one more time, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind, okay? You bastard creature. Just wasting all of my nullberries at this point. I hate it. I just hate that attack. It's fine on a Teostra or a Kushala Daora because it doesn't give you fucking Dragon Blight. But that Dragon Blight just makes it all the more annoying. Oh, looks like he wants to bind. Very well. This would be the time to do it. Oh, well, he was rewarded. His patience was rewarded because he did it a second time. He being Elatrion. See, I don't know if that was the head hit zone or the neck hit zone that I was making contact with there. It's hard to know. Guess I could aim for the tail while I'm here. Whether or not I'll successfully cut it, I couldn't say. You see, at this point I'd like to be close to the head. Whatever. While I'm here, I may as well aim for the tail. We'll go for consistent hits. You know, if let's say for example, I were to take the whole time to go back to the head, maybe the damage that I would deal on the head being higher damage wouldn't actually be more than what I could have dealt if I were just attacking constantly on the tail. From start to finish during the paralysis. So yeah, you have to weigh up those possibilities. We're doing pretty well though. This is the G rank Elatrion, and I don't think he'll last more than 10 minutes. I do feel a little bit out of sorts though. I can't remember the last time I used dual blades on Elatrion. It just feels totally wrong. Totally wrong. Trying to position myself so as to avoid any swinging of the, whatever you call it, front claw. I don't know if it's worth going and carving the tail because I might forget about it otherwise. And it's hard to carve the tail as well as the body at the end of a hunt, particularly if the body is far away from the tail. I do hate that Dragon Claw though. I mean, that single attack is pretty much the entire reason behind me usually gunning this monster. Like, that is the one attack. It's not like there's anything else that bothers me about fighting him. I guess his Dragon Charge is annoying, but I can live with that. It's that Dragon Claw that really pisses me off. It's just awful. Should not have stood near Brandon when he was gathering that. Oh. See that fucking area of effect? It's just stupid. I'm wasting so many nullberries. Yeah, I mean, he just swings it. It's like 180 degrees. Maybe not 180. It feels like that. It really feels like that. That's okay, I don't mind. I'm trying to take opportunities where they come. When they come. Oh my god. This is where we relax and be patient. We'll take this time to consume this beverage. I need to stop. Because my throat does not agree with that. It's a very heavy rum, by the way. The part where I was discussing it was cut out for the VOD, but yeah, I'll talk about it another time. It's fucking ridiculous. It's literally 35% heavier than what I usually consume. Yeah, the Icicle Rain attack is really not a problem at all. It's not as scary as you put it as the Amatsu Water Beam, and it's also easier to deal with than, for example, the Thunder Rain from White Fatalis, which is where he really gets the attack from. Sorry, Brandon, I'm trying not to mess you up here. Obviously, I was trying and failing, but It is not my intention to mess him up, and I am trying to not do that. See how he's on the ground a whole lot more as compared to 4th gen? Thank God, honestly, it's so much better like this. See, I can be standing in his back legs and he just, with one attack, it is 180 degrees of effectiveness, really. He can turn around and still hit me, like on the other side of his body. I hate it, it's dumb. It's a stupid attack. I truly, truly hate it. Yeah, and then that head hitbox. That head hitbox there, also annoying. I can live with it, but it's annoying. I'm probably just going to gun Elatrion next time. I'm being reminded of why I don't even bother using a Blade Master setup. I don't know if the claws have been broken or not. I did try to dive that one, but couldn't do it in time. Because obviously with diving you need to get a slight run-up first. Well, you can get as much of a run-up as you want, but that is the minimum requirement. I'll sharpen up. No, I usually use Pierce Gun. Elemental gunning again would be perfectly fine. I don't find myself doing it all that often, but I think that would be fun to do. I don't really have a light bow gun in this game that shoots all elements. There probably is one, it's just I've never really used it. It'd be good to have a look and see if there is one that, you know, sort of a Chameleos light bow gun or an absolute bow gun sort of equivalent in this game. Yeah, unfortunately you can stand directly underneath him and still be hit by the lightning, so I was sort of testing that out to see if I could actually stand directly under him and still take a hit, and there is actually lightning that is summoned right there, so that's pretty crap. Well, didn't get a chance to summon all of it. But yeah, Pierce Gunning I find is the best. Unfortunately, past a certain point, Soraya's not going to be contributing very much, because at the end of the day, Soraya is mostly giving us a good opportunity to attack the monster. So it's a case of Soraya's damage being, like, her damage is through us, like giving us a better opportunity to attack. But at a certain point, Elatrion's resistance to paralysis will have reached a point where Soraya won't contribute anymore, because obviously Soraya has limited raw damage capabilities due to the very high paralysis value of her dual blades. So that is the situation. I was really trying to go into demonize mode there. It would be very annoying to not have raw resistance against this, and when I say raw I mean O-A-R. Resistance to the monster's raw. It would be annoying to hunt this monster without that. Rocksteady is enough. You don't actually need high grade earplugs to resist the roar of this monster, which I was very surprised to relearn somewhat recently. But yeah, you do need resistance to that, otherwise it's just annoying. It messes with your DPS, obviously. I mean, in any case it would, but it's just particularly annoying against an Elatrion, so well, thank you for that. He launched me towards the monster to try and catch up to it. I'll try to drop some bombs this time. Although I won't, because I don't want to cause issue. Oh, he wants to do it, so I'll do it too. I don't mind taking a hit. You can detonate them, it's fine. That was funny. He chose to just detonate them so that I'd be hit, really. Like, the monster hadn't even gone down yet. Or maybe the intention was to try to knock him out of the air. Maybe that was what it was. Which, it doesn't work, because there is no flinch that will cause an Elatrion to fall out of the air, except for a paralysis. Or a sleep. Or a binding maneuver from the binder. Bounce bombs going, which is lovely. Not doing amazingly well on the stamina front at the moment. But again, I can make do with what I've got. Apparently I've lost my charge on my dual blades. We still hit the 15-minute mark, I regret to say, because of the fact that Soraya's effectiveness has all but disappeared at this point. I don't have the stamina to do anything about that, so... No, see, fucking hell. Fortunately, Moxie saved the hunt, because we are at a point now where one death will result in failure. So, fortunately, Moxie allows you to survive an elemental attack in this game. In 4th generation, Moxie would not have saved me there, because for some reason they changed the way it works. Of course, Moxie is basically guts as a food skill, but for some reason, in the later generations of Monster Hunter, they changed it to be only for physical attacks. So if you're hit by physical damage... Oh, it looks like they're wanting to bind. Oh, please, Brandon, did you ping at any point? What a waste. Anyway, you know, you literally just lost a third of your fucking damage that you could have dealt to the monster. So, what was I saying? I was talking about something important, something that I was going to go into detail about, but I was distracted by the fact that Brandon pulled that. If he pinged me, then fair enough, but if he didn't, then that's just ridiculous. Oh yeah, so, I think I was talking about the fact that we would have... Yeah, so Moxie seems to only work with physical damage. Pure elemental damage I've just been killed by, but fortunately I was saved by it here in this game, so that was good to see. And I was saying that it probably wouldn't be necessary, but it saved the hunt. It literally saved the hunt, because we would have failed otherwise. Can you play? Okay. I was about to say, can you please stop with this behavior, and then he stands still. Thank you. I don't have stamina recovery materials for one main reason. It is the fact that the hunts are usually over and done with before I need to recover my stamina, but because this is a longer hunt, I do actually need stamina materials, especially given that I'm using dual blades. I mean, this is one of those weapon types that is heavily dependent upon stamina, and yet here I am with lacking stamina. And this would be lacking for any weapon type. But dual blades, that's no fun at all. Oh my god. Rocksteady can resist all roars except most Elder Dragons. Like, I think Elatrion's the only Elder Dragon that doesn't require high-grade earplugs. Well, I'll phrase it this way. High-grade earplugs is required for all Elder Dragons except Elatrion. It's required for Giganox, and it's also required for Diablos. I don't think I'm missing any in what I just said. Oh god, I hate that. At certain ping levels, that particular attack shits itself. I don't know why, but always has been that way. Three-manning this has been unpleasant, actually. I don't know why I'm doing this. Yeah, of course. Could have guessed, huh? Could have guessed. This is really bad. Don't need to get caught in that. That would be really bad. I mean, what's really bad, if you want my assessment, is the Ice Blight. I do not need that. My stamina is already fucked. Yeah, I don't think bringing those Paralysis Dual Blades was a good idea for 3 people. For 4, yeah, sure. But not for 3. And I was thinking that, but I didn't want to be too pessimistic about it. But this is how an Elder Dragon hunt should be. This was really the last hunt of its kind. This is not an event, this is nothing like that, this is just, well, maybe it is an event. Oh. I'm not, Mokoto is back. For fuck's sake, man. How were you flinched by that? Fuck, that's terrible. I really would not have expected you to be flinched there. Oh, very nice, very nice. I'm keeping away from the head so that you can go and attack it. You go for it, man. I was talking about something, but taking advantage of this paralysis takes precedence over that. Please don't die, Soraya. I'll be very annoyed if you do. Fortunately, she gave herself an extended invulnerability period by not getting up off the ground, which is an option that's available to you. Fucking hell. This is not a fun part of the hunt. Okay, so what I was saying was that this hunt that we're doing right now, I don't know if it's event. Is it event? It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be an event quest, but basically this is just the G rank Elatrion. And the reason why that's significant is that it feels, and it's the same with the high rank Elatrion, it's worth mentioning, like, the length of time this is taking would be the same if we fought the high rank Elatrion with high rank gear. Point being that Elder Dragons were changed after this point. They were made to not actually take this long, defaultly. So this is significant. This is the last of it's the last of its kind, this particular hunt. And it's good this way. But it's not good when we've got someone whose only real function, I hope that we can carve that, yeah we can, whose only real function is to support the damage of only 2 people. For the same reason I would not personally use a hunting horn with 3 people, if I were the 3rd person. In other words, only 2 people being supported. In the case of this Elatrion hunt, I don't think that Soraya's weapon choice was appropriate. For a group of 4, it would be great. Not for this hunt. Not for this situation. With 3 people in total. I got an Azure Dragon Gem, which is the high rank material. Soraya is kicking back, unwilling to carve, yet died twice. It's always worth carving an Elatrion. Well, probably not. I'm sure I've got stacks of 99 of some of this stuff. Hello, Arexian. I didn't even see Soraya's hunter rank, to be honest. Got a Sky Swayer, which is lovely. I mean, I'm sort of expecting them at this point. Yeah, so I've got 99 of that, 99 of that. Okay. So take that. Obviously take the Sky Swayer. I'm happy to have it, but I don't think I need it for anything. I don't think I could possibly use it for anything. I think I've made every Elatrion weapon. Here we go. 465. Let's try to have a slightly easier hunt after that. That's what I would ask for. There's only a tiny little bit of this rum left, but it's... even this is almost an insurmountable task. To consume this much. Mokoto, I explained it to you, man. I'm sorry if you don't actually have anyone to hunt with, but the solution is not to just stand in here and ignore what I've said. the solution is to do the village first, which you seem to have done a little bit of at least. But it is to do the village first, get through high rank in the village, and then solo your way through low rank with high rank gear, if you are so inclined. That is, soloing through low rank in the online session. He was just kicked. Yeah, soloing through it with high rank gear, so that you don't have to, I guess, detain anyone with your quests. Or at least request people to help you. It's just easier. I don't know, some people don't want to do that, and maybe that isn't even an option in his mind because he doesn't realize that it is, but yeah, there's just no reason for anyone to require help with low rank in HR 1 to 3 in this game. There's just no reason, so. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know about that rum. It's nice, like the rum's nice. It's incredibly smooth. But just the strength of it is not fun. It's just not fun. Alrighty. Let's withdraw. Oh, okay, I need to go and buy more potions to the box, apparently. Did someone join? Oh, for fuck's sake, man. You've been told. It is possible that he can't see the messages that are sent in the hunt. It could be an option that is set in the game options. In other words, it's not on by default. Which would be unfortunate, but, you know, like, we're not doing your quests, man. You were removed. This is one thing that I don't like about the kicking system. They've never wanted to just have the game come out and say that you've been kicked. Which unfortunately just results in misunderstandings. So people just return thinking, oh, I must have disconnected. Maybe there's network instability. Well, no, you've been kicked. Sometimes you just have to go based on the situation to work out whether or not you've been kicked. But if you don't even know how online works, it's confusing. I don't know if they think that's more polite to not tell you that you've been kicked. I suppose it technically would be, but again, it engenders confusion in the less experienced hunters. Anyway. I'm just trying to get through what I have in this glass. Which I can do, actually. The next sip will be the rest of it. Then I can move on to a less intense beverage. I don't know what these guys want to do. Obviously, they're communicating outside of the game, but I suppose I'll just have to be patient, which is fine. I will eat in the meantime. Yeah, let's get heroics. Sounds good. Yeah, I was not a real fan of that experience, hunting Elatrion with dual blades. I guess it could have been worse, but definitely gunning is more comfortable for me. I've been, I guess, reappraised of the reasoning behind always using a gun against Elatrion. It's not fun. Alright. Back to bells. Okay, now. We'll probably have a little rum edge to it now, which is fine. I actually prefer that because it's actually got some... The best way to describe... I'll go over it very briefly. This here, the problem with this is that it's so smooth that it almost evaporates in your mouth. It just slides down your throat and it rapes you. Whereas this is actually like... It's got some substance to it. It's like you're drinking a liquid and it doesn't rape you. So, I don't know. I do have patience, guys, I really do, but... Not this much patience. If you're both going to stand still, then... I'm going to be a little worried. What's next? That's my way of saying, hey, post something. I'm not trying to dictate the proceedings of the room and the proceedings of the hunt, but yeah. Just post something, doesn't have to be a particular thing. I guess as long as it's G rank would be my only requirement. Now, back in the days when this community was a bit larger, and, you know, people were actually playing, I wouldn't quite describe the community as being that at the moment. But, yeah, there were rooms that you'd join where they were just not willing to hunt. I mean, they would hunt, but they would not... You couldn't even say that they were not in a rush. I mean, yeah, they weren't in a rush, but more than that, they just seemed to have absolutely nothing to do in their day-to-day lives except to sit and just relax. Like, they just veg out in 3 Ultimate, and they're like, yeah, guys, you want to hunt? Yeah, okay. And then they'll think about it for a while, and they'll go, guess I'll change my equipment. And then they go and do that for 10 minutes, and then they come back, and they're like, do we want to do that hunt? Oh, I don't know. That's what I imagine it being, because literally there was... You don't need urgency or immediacy, but just a willingness to hunt and to do something with your time would be nice, but they didn't have that in those days. It was just... It's like they... I mean, I sort of understand it, because I was very much the same way back in Try. I mean, I lived on that game. In other words, I'd log in... Not necessarily with the intention to hunt, but more with the intention to chat with people and hunt if that felt like a good thing to do at the time. I definitely did plenty of hunting in that game, it's just there was a lot of just chatting going on too. So, yeah, I sort of understand it, but these people were just sitting around. Just not really all that willing to hunt. And it was like this. What you're seeing now is that, but maybe these guys are even more responsive than they were. I couldn't really say, but this is giving you a taste of what it was like. I mean, just if you turned up and wanted to hunt something, it just good luck. I mean, you've better have like 2 hours on hand, because you're not going to get anything done in like 1 hour. You'll get maybe a hunt or 2 if you're lucky in the space of 60 minutes. So, yeah, that's how it was. So it's a little bit nostalgic to see it again. It's apparently Soraya's turn. I didn't even know it was a turns room, quite frankly. But Soraya doesn't seem too interested in posting. I don't know if this guy's name is a reference to an Egyptian king, An ancient Egyptian king, that is to say. If I say Egyptian king, you guys might be like, oh. Ooh. I think Egypt still has a king. Do they? No, maybe they don't. Maybe I don't know much about modern Egypt, sorry. You know, you've got the Kingdom of Jordan just over the mountains, but I don't think Egypt's got a king anymore. They've probably got a royal family, but who likely have some influence over the political environment, but I don't know. Don't know much about modern Egypt. Brandon's posting any... Oh, for fuck's sake. I did not just sit here for, like, what, 10 minutes, I guess it's been since we last did our Elatrion hunt. I didn't sit here for 10 minutes just to see 4-point formation, mate. And he doesn't seem to really want to do the lockdown tactics, so I don't know. Am I just going to join with... I mean, I could bring a heavy normal bowgun just to see if that encourages them to do a lockdown setup. I mean, this is not what you would bring if you were using heavy normal for this quest. Okay, maybe this isn't clear. That particular quest is used to grind HRP in this game, and there's a specific strategy to get it completed as quickly as possible. It usually involves 2 people using slime dual blades, 2 people using normal heavy bowgun, with crouch fire specifically. That's not really what this is. This is more of a run and gun setup for heavy normal. But, yeah, and then you basically speed trap them and lock them down, and yeah, they die very, very easily under those circumstances. And that doesn't seem to be what we're doing this time. Which is probably fine, but yeah. I'm not really a fan of this hunt. It gives you like 4,500 HRP, and again, if you're using that technique, that tactic, the quest is over and done with very quickly. I don't know if we're going to be smoke bombing here or not. I'd like to try, but who knows. I don't remember the process clearly. I remember doing it a little bit in the past, but I think I did it maybe 3 times consecutively, which would mean that my only experience was that day, so it hasn't really cemented itself in my mind. If I did 3 quests each over a long period of time, I think it would have more clearly cemented the process in my mind, but yeah, it was just that day that I did it, so don't really know. Don't know what Saraya's doing. Oh, she's getting ready, fortunately. I'm happy to see that. Bring bombs and trap. Oh, great. That means that I need to bring combination materials for this, for fuck's sake. When Brandon says bring bombs and trap, you better fucking believe that if you don't bring bombs and traps, probably multiple of those, he's gonna throw a big fucking tantrum. If you don't bring them. So I don't have pitfall traps, so you're just gonna have to live with what I've got. Sorry. Ha ha ha. Live with it. He can kick me from the room if he is so inclined. Saraya's using a bow. Oh, Kelby Deershot. Come to think of it, I should bring combination materials for normal level 2. Can you open the box? I didn't think it was all that complicated. I was clearly wanting to open the box at that point. I think you can relax with the readying up sounds, by the way. Alright. Should be good to go. I've got 2 large Baron Bomb plus and 1 shock trap. If that's not good enough, then I'm very sorry. My chroma key fucking with... oh. Hopefully it... I hope the chroma key isn't fucking with my head at all. When I say head, I don't mean like, you know, literally my head. Well, I do mean that almost. I just mean visually. I don't want it to cut into my head in the webcam. That would be a real problem. I'd be upset. Gotta drop it back. Just to be safe. What's going on? There's a conversation here. The Sonic Bomb. And then something worth thanking Brandon for took place, and then, yeah, probably the handing over of Sonic Bombs. I'm gonna drop, well, I'll leave it. You know what, I'll leave it to Brandon. If he wants to fucking... I don't even know what the process is. I'm assuming that he would smoke bombs, so I'll just leave it to him. I don't care. Did I say Sonic or Smoke? Oh, they start with a flash. Okay. As you do. That would be a bad start, wouldn't it? Really? Really? Okay. Brandon's pinging. Okay, well, I'll come, but this is not this is what you would call a fucking terrible start, my friend. Pretty fucking bad. I mean, I understand that we're not doing the actual proper lockdown technique. Oh, really? You just masterfully avoided that trap barrier. Okay, well, he's gone. I've never seen such a dysfunctional 4-point formation setup. This is pathetic. Oh great, hello. How you going? How you going, man? Yeah. Look at me taking advantage of this trap. I mean, this is the funny thing. You either do the setup or you don't. If you make weak and pathetic attempts at doing the lockdown setup, it doesn't work. So you either commit to hunting normally, or you commit to locking down. You can't just half-ass it. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I've barely been able to contribute. This is stupid. What a crap experience. Oh, that was good. The roar actually knocked Nagakuga down, because he's sensitive to loud noises. Hence the Sonic Bomb weakness that he has. This is just complete shit. I did roll there, I didn't just stand there and take it, I knew what was coming, it's just... I don't mind, I don't care, actually. This quest is so pathetic, it is so manifestly fucked, that I don't care. Like, you can kill me, it's great. I think it's funny. You could have just walked in there, dropped a smoke bomb like a normal hunter, instead of throwing flash bombs like it's Freedom Unite. I mean, really, throwing flash bombs, what are you doing? It's fine if you've got a lockdown setup, but we don't. So just drop a smoke bomb, just hunt with some level of strategy, and the monster will be dead without difficulty. You know, you just drop a fucking pitfall. You don't have to worry about Nagakuga jumping in it, because he wouldn't be able to see us, hence the smoke bomb's typical effectiveness, provided we're not hitting the Nagakuga into seeing us. And then, you know, that monster would be dead, wouldn't be a problem. I mean, really, not complicated. Apparently Soraya is in the business of standing in the way of the monster, or standing between me and the monster. 4-point formation, everyone. Check it out. Stupid, huh? So Brandon's going to expect that someone else has another trap, apparently. I can only assume, because why would he ask us to bring traps if he had combinations of his own? So he's going to say, where's the pitfall? He's going to go and stand where the pitfall is to be placed, and he will demand that someone place it for him. Again, take responsibility for your own fucking strategy, asshole. And bring combination materials for trap, if that's what you want to do. Hello, Tech. don't know if... Are we getting Mega Potions from these? We should be. Alright. Brandon's setting up the bombs, and a trap, seemingly. Okay. I'll just put bombs where he's put bombs. I believe that's for both wings of the Barioth as he flies down. I don't know. I'm just putting down bombs, I'm not going to question it all that much. So the 2 spawn points are there, I guess. It's a little strange, don't you think? Wouldn't it make a whole lot more fucking sense, unless the bombs would hit the monster as they came down, yeah? That's actually a good point. Hadn't considered that. I mean, you would obviously... You'd have to... Depends how you do it. I was just thinking that a smoke bomb would be a clean way of doing it. Yeah, see how the bombs hit Nagakuga there? Oh, fuck right off. Of course I would be your target. I'm one of the major damage dealers, if you can believe it. It's quite deadly to have a normal bow gunner who is able to get consistent shots off on the head of a monster. Anyway. Yeah, can we not do this quest again? It's really not all that fun. I don't know what the tail weakness is, so I'm just shooting. Is that going to hit me? No. It's aimed elsewhere. Yeah, I was expecting that to come. I was just hoping that I would get a good flinch off. Yeah, the bow that Soraya is using, whether or not it's a sling, I don't think it's a sling or anything like that. It's a very stupid bow. It's basically the most overpowered weapon of the game. It's designed to apply as much slime status to a monster in the shortest period of time possible. It's basically, basically the raw expression of slime being overpowered in the game. Ready to cap. Sorry, buddy. But she did. Or he did. I don't know if it's male or female, and I don't really care. Thank you for the flash bomb. That was both funny and helpful. Brandon's doing a kissing face and is saying that we did a good job. I would beg to differ, really, but yeah, let's do a different quest now, thank you. Yeah, Great Kelby Deershot is overpowered and just a joke. The only people who use it are the people who have, first and foremost, have no self-respect, and second of all, are doing quests like these. I mean, this is a quest where using it would be appropriate, because the entire point of doing 4-point formation is that you get it done as quickly as possible. So, Great Kelby Deershot is fine. But people who just bring it to normal quests, just, I mean, stop that. You see it a whole lot less these days. It was pretty common in the past. Don't think I have space for any of this. I've got space for the sand barrier stuff. And there you go. Ice attack plus 3 slot. I might take it. I was saying might take it, but I already took it, so there was no might about it, actually. My mind had been made up. It is so overpowered that it is a disgrace. You're absolutely right. That is what it is. I guess the only thing that it could possibly be compared to is the Acantor Bow of Freedom 2. And I'd be willing to say that it's stronger than that. Like, I think the Acantor Bow of Freedom 2 was ridiculously strong, but because it was almost like a G-rank level weapon in a high-rank game, but this is kind of the same. Just the sheer damage output is gross. It's so gross seeing Brandon type this stuff, like, you know, the kissing face up there and the less than 3 and all this business, and all this cutesy behavior. When he's actually a fucking tool. Anyway. It's distasteful. And I shouldn't have to see it. Oh, someone's gone and redeemed a gourmet voucher. That's a bit unnecessary, isn't it? You don't even know what we're hunting. Save your gourmets for when you need Ultra Lucky Cat. For a material that you need. That's what I would say to that. Oh, okay, I'm perfectly content to arm wrestle. That's his way of saying that he's got a problem with what I've just said. Not that he can hear me, but... I cannot be beaten when it comes to this, by the way. At least not by a guy like this. I'm at about 80% speed right now. Yeah. There's another 20% that I could have put into that I... You know, when I'm at 90% speed, it starts to hurt. At 100%, it's like, oh god. I'm going to be feeling that for a few minutes. Anyway. Yeah, I was undefeated in try. In the arm wrestle. Well, at least for a period of time. Cloudless Thunder. That's a bit boring, but sure. It's like Portable Third all over again. Because if any of you play Portable Third, you know very well that just hunting 2 Zenogre in one quest is kind of the whole experience of playing the fucking game. Because everyone needs a Zenogre Jasper. So... Unfortunately, that's what's going on here too. Well, not necessarily. Less people need Jaspers in this game than in Portable Third, but I definitely did do this quest a lot in 3 Ultimate. I think I'd like to bring Greatsword, actually. What would be fun? An Ice Greatsword. In which case, this would be fun. I'll bring an Awakened Ice Greatsword. Which is the Devastator Blade. Good choice, Doomlink. Cloudless Thunder. I should try to take advantage of this gourmet voucher. Here we go. May as well get Ultra Lucky Cat, huh? Take it easy with the ready ups. Some people like to use the ready up so that they can create a bell noise to prompt people to ready up themselves. Which I think was what happened there, but... I don't know. Really? A lot of people wanted Nagakuga? Maybe for Maru or something. Huh. I remember Nagakuga being... No, not to the level of Silver Athlos and Zenogre, but I remember a lot of people needing Nagakuga. Yeah, Maru farming was pretty annoying in that game. I think Soraya still needs to ready up. Alrighty. I don't think I carry pickaxes, do I? Oh, I do. Shock horror. Can get some lazurite jewels and some elderlite ore. I'm going to discard that. I have no desire to keep elderlite ore. None of that was worth it, except for maybe the lazurite jewel. I don't think I have as many of those as I probably should, but yeah, those other things can go away. I don't know if those of you who don't play Try or this game, or even for Ultimate for that matter, know what Awaken weapons even are, so I'll briefly explain them. This weapon here doesn't have an element. But because I have a skill called Awaken, it gives it an element. So it's kind of like a fun way to... Let's say, for example, you always use one particular ice greatsword. Well, if you're sick of using that particular ice greatsword, this is a way for you to use a different one. And it's just fun. I enjoy it. And yeah, the greatsword design, as you can see, there are blades that come out of it when you charge it. Or when you unsheath it, really. Sheathed, it retracts the blades. Okay, I will be aiming for the tail. Oh, fuck's sake, those bloody legs kicking around have just pushed me away from the tail. Oh my god. Soraya is using the Kelby Deer Shot. Seriously, this monster's going to die before we can even cut the tail. Or before I can cut the tail, really. I mean, what's the point of doing this quest if you don't cut the tail, honestly? I'll go for a level 3 here. I was worried that maybe I couldn't get it out, but no, I can. I'm doing my utmost to cut it, but I don't know if I'll succeed, because again, most of the damage is, you know... By the looks of it, that was lag compensation, because I made contact with something that was not the tail, and it didn't look like Akhenator hit that either, so... That looked like a lag compensation tail cut. Which is to say that the game recognized that as a hit on the tail, although it was not on my screen. But you can see that you've got these spread, almost like spread stars, just flying constantly at the monster. And each one of those, well, there is a chance for each one of those to apply slime. And it is the slime application that deals the damage. The bow on its own doesn't deal much damage, or at the very least it shouldn't be used in that way. It should be used as just a way of applying slime to the monster, so the slime does all the damage, basically. And it's a stupid thing. It's a terrible bow. For a lot of people who started in 3rd gen, that was their first introduction to the bow weapon type, actually. Because plenty of people who played Try had no experience with the bow, because they started in Try and the bow wasn't in Try. And they probably didn't play Portable 3rd either. And, oh god, someone gonna detonate that shit? Hello? Oh, we've got 2 people with Kelby Deer Shot, are you kidding me? These people are having a laugh. Anyway, yeah, so they didn't really experience bow until 3 Ultimate. And what was the most used bow in 3 Ultimate? The thing that those 2 people are using. Yeah, slime, I mean, I explained it in the last recording, I think, that slime is just a really, really strong status. Slime explosions are way too strong in this game. When they changed it to blast, they balanced it properly. Those who became used to the damage that slime dealt in this game really didn't like the nerfing of blast, but really it just became balanced. Not far stronger than literally everything else. Can you not? Whether or not I can cut this tail, I couldn't say for sure, but I will try. We should be trying to capture this one. And I will try to do so. Once this tail is cut, ready to cap, well, I'm cutting the tail. Okay, let's capture. We'll go for it. Thanks for the ping. So helpful, mate. Look who's capturing. It's definitely not you, is it? Well, fucking... Oh, ready to cap, huh? Full of shit is what you are. You are full of it. Full of it. Ready to cap my fucking ass. Clown. I've got problems with Brandon, if you can forgive me, but... yeah, needless to say, we're not capturing this one, so... ready to cap. Brandon's just standing there and just aghast. Almost disgusted. He isn't even willing to attack the monster. Look at him. Oh, okay, we've got a pitfall over there. Very well. He wasn't standing there in disgust, he just really doesn't want to kill the thing. Which is fine. I'm going to carve the tail in the meantime. He will limp in this direction. There you go. Ready to capture. More like, I think he's ready to capture, and I'm probably wrong, and I am wrong. How about that? I'm just amending the statement. Two Kelby deer shot users. It really is a blast from the past. And not in a good way. Let's see if I get or rather a Skymerald out of that. I'll probably get a Jasper, but the Skymerald is what I would like. Not that I need one for anything, I don't think. I wonder if I've got any. I probably have like one or two. Brandon is doing the kissing face again. That is Lagia Cruz chest piece. A monster that was not in Portable Third. Because he's an underwater monster. I did get a Jasper, but not a Skymerald. That is my 42nd Jasper. No, there is no drone monster in this game. I mean, some people call Jaggy and Baggy drone monsters, which is technically true, but I literally mean drone monsters. No Velocidrome or anything like that. Yeah, no. There's Lagia Cruz, which is the Leviathan monster of Tri, that was also in this game. They didn't bring Laggy into a non-underwater game until Monster Hunter Generations, as I understand it. Prior to Generations, he was only in underwater games. Because, you know, he's an underwater fucking monster. Not exclusively, but that's where he... sort of... that's where he thrives. That is his environment. Akinator left the port. Whether he was kicked or not, I couldn't say, but he has left, no matter what. All the tickets that I receive will be discarded, because I have a full stack of those, and quite frankly, I'm not going to use any of those either. So yeah, I'm not going to take up space in my box with VE tickets that I'm never going to use. Yeah, for Ultimate, through the Wycoon, you're able to get armor and weapons, well, more like materials from monsters that weren't in the game. Such as Teostra, Lunastra, Amatsuma Gatsuchi, Lagia Cruz, several other monsters too. And you could get Plesioth stuff, but not through the Wycoon, rather through the net casting game from Sunsnug Isle. You could literally just fire a net at a Plesioth in the water and capture him with it, and then get Plesioth materials through that. So while Plesioth wasn't in the game, you were able to get his stuff by doing that. Hey, Ron Money. Brandon wants me to post, apparently. It's very nice of you, thank you. Oh, thank you. Finally giving me a turn, apparently. Just as well I don't really have anything that I need to do. Otherwise, by this point, I'd be pretty unimpressed. Let's do 3 Gobel. We're going to find out if Akhenator was kicked or not. If he leaves the port again, almost immediately, it means he's being kicked. Yep, he's being kicked. And I don't know why. I don't know why they've decided to kick him. What has he done wrong? He hasn't done anything wrong. He's just in the fucking room playing the game. I don't know, he probably shelled one of them, and most likely Brandon, and Brandon's now throwing a tantrum as a result. So 3 Gobel. I just want to do Gobel because that's a monster that... Yeah, I had a feeling that you wouldn't be familiar with Gobel. Gobel is another underwater monster, and you'll see how he is. He's interesting. He is unique to Tri and 3 Ultimate. He didn't appear in a game before or since. I'll use a lance. Actually, I'll go Gunlance. Let's see if Akhenator tries to join again. If he does, he'll be blocked. Most likely. By the amazing and wondrous Brandon. Alright, 3 Gobel in quick succession. Well, hopefully quick. My current HR is 465 or 66. One of the two. Slowly getting up there. It's a much longer process in this game. As it should be, really. $466. You can see that I require 10,000 HRP to rank up again. For reference, I think the highest it goes to is like 3,500 in Generations Ultimate. It basically caps out at that. Maybe 4,000, I'm not too sure, but... In this game, nah. No. So if you see someone who's genuinely hit 999 in this game, it's serious business. It is a DLC weapon, actually. It's not forged from a monster material, like there isn't a monster that makes weapons that look like this. It is a DLC. Gunlance. It's part of the Lightning Works DLC. Well, basically there are 2 weapons that have this appearance. This one's in this game. The other one was from Tri. There was only a longsword in Tri, because there was no Gunlance in Tri. But in this game there's a Gunlance as well. This is not as good as the Abyssal Laggy Gunlance, but I prefer its appearance, and it's perfectly fine, so like it's a good Gunlance. I'm quite happy to 3-man, in fact I would prefer to do that. So yeah, the monster that you're about to see is unique to 3rd gen and does not exist in Portable 3rd. It is only in 2 games in the series. Which is why we're doing it. As far as where he starts in the G-Rank quest, I don't think he starts in the area where you can fish him out. Oh, he starts here. Okay. See, this is the first part. Where is he, huh? He's in here. Oh, he's moving. Bastard. I'm glitching inside of him. Bastard. No! What a beautiful creature. Right. Don't know if I'd agree with that. Oh, what? I can't believe it. Maybe it was above my shield, so it didn't work. Oh my god. So yeah, he's got a paralysis tail. His weapons are paralysis weapons for that reason. Fucking Goble. Yeah, so he has... This is his standard mode. He's got an enraged mode where he gets all spiky, like a porcupine fish. Thank you for demonstrating that almost immediately. It's very nice of you. He gains armor in this mode. Yeah, he was one of the 18 monsters of Try, so I'm very familiar with him, but to some people he's a bit of a novelty. I don't know if it's worth trying to cut the tail or not. As you can see, I'm bouncing with white sharpness here, which is very annoying. Fortunately, was able to get a wyvern fire off there. I'm glad that he starts on land, it's great. Sick of bouncing off everything. There we go. Try to aim for that face if I can. He's quite unpleasant underwater, and we're about to experience that. It seems like he is responding to what I'm saying. As soon as I mentioned his porcupine mode, he goes into porcupine mode, and as soon as I go to mention fighting him underwater, he goes underwater. He's on display today, can you fuck off? But yeah, all monsters underwater are more annoying because the reality is, you, as the hunter, are less maneuverable. So that's his sucking motion. He sucks you in. That's his most damaging attack. But yeah, he obviously is more mobile underwater, and you are less mobile. So therefore, hunting monsters underwater is annoying. And he went right through the trap. Thank you for that. It was great timing on the detonation. Could not have been better, quite frankly. He's not even capturable. What's the actual fuck? I'm doing very well, Crimson Gunner. This is, by the way, the only game in the series where you can use a gun lance underwater. Just for a bit of trivia for you. Cannot be done elsewhere. Because there are literally 2 games where you can hunt underwater, and one of those 2 games does not include gunlands. So the only game where you can use dual blades, hunting horn, gun lance, and bow underwater is this game here. Yep, there are 3 Goble monsters in this quest. He usually starts underwater and then you fish him out in a separate area, like a different area I should say. But in the G rank quest here, he starts in this location. Which is fine. One of the reasons why Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate is the best Monster Hunter game, that is the opinion that I have, it's because okay, I'm not going to talk about why I find third generation Monster Hunter to be the best expression of the formula, because that's a separate discussion. It's very important as far as this being my favourite Monster Hunter game, and this, in my opinion, being the best, but a big part of it is the fact that there are lots of exclusive monsters, you know, monsters that you can't find in the later games, because what Capcom is guilty of, and I take care to use that word in its full meaning, what Capcom are guilty of is constantly bringing monsters back, even though it's requested by the players. I mean, the players want Capcom to bring the monsters back, which I hate. It's one of the reasons why the community is not really a community that I can identify with. But even though they're always bringing back so many monsters, at least there are lots of monsters from Tri and 3 Ultimate that haven't returned. So you can go back to this game and get an experience that you can't get anywhere else. That's why it's good. There's a uniqueness to the experience. There is an incentive to go back and play this game, because you can't experience much of what it offers anywhere else. And that includes underwater combat as a whole, which is one of the reasons why I actually like underwater combat a lot more now than back when I thought that this is just what Monster Hunter was. In other words, there was a time when I thought that underwater combat was here to stay. It felt like just a natural evolution of the series. But it turns out, especially with the benefit of hindsight, that underwater combat was just a passing interest, or maybe not even that, just something that Capcom tried, decided didn't work, and decided to not bring back. Which is fine, but the reality is that that fortunately makes this game better to return to, because it's a unique experience that you can't get elsewhere. So yeah, as much as I like Portable Third, and I do love Portable Third, this is a better game. It's got more content, and more unique content. It used to be the case that the only really unique content you could get in Portable Third was monsters like Amatsu Magatsuchi. But now that monster's in Generations Ultimate, so... And I think he first reappeared in Generations, so... Yeah. Portable Third doesn't even have Amatsu anymore, to set it apart from the other games, which is sad. This game's got Cedeus and Di Morales and... Well, I guess Jen Moran sort of reappeared in the form of Darren Moran, but Portable Third had Jen as well. Have you seen Di Morales? Yells? Because if not, I'm happy to do Di Morales when I'm next able to choose a quest. I feel like you've seen him. I think I was hunting him not too long ago while you were watching. No? He's basically an amphibious Crimson Fatalis. He goes in and out of water. And he's got giant volcanoes that he shoots flaming meteors out using. He's pretty fucking cool. He's actually a better Di Morales. I don't want to capture it. I mean, we could. Oh, well, hello! Where the fuck did you come from? What are you doing here, man? I can't believe it. What? I've never fought a Plesioth in this area. What the fuck? What are you doing here? Soraya is laughing her ass off. I mean, what the hell? I didn't know Plesioth came here. I thought he stayed in the underwater areas and maybe went on land in between the underwater areas, but to come over here, that's just weird. That was funny. Fucking Plesioth. Unbelievable. I think what happened was he appeared in this area on top of the trap. Fucking idiot. Stupid Plesioth. I didn't know he came here. I had no idea. Yeah, I've got a shield. Your hip checks mean nothing, sir. That, on the other hand, I can't do much about. At least not in that situation. What an asshole. He definitely wants attention, though. Look at him. Of course, the tail swings are the worst thing about this monster. I can live with everything else, but the tail swings are just terrible. The sheer range of them. Ugh. Not fun. But yeah, I like to do the monsters that are unique to this game because there are plenty of people who do watch. They watch me play this game because they play the newer games. But interestingly, I do have viewers now who only play the older games, the games that came before this one, and are therefore unfamiliar with these monsters. So, yeah, it's almost in between generations of players at this point. This particular game. More people should play it, but there is a barrier to entry, and that is the fact that it's on the Wii U. So, there you go. Well, if you're familiar with it, then that's great, but if you've never seen a fight before, then it's definitely worth watching. He really was the first, I guess, Fatalis monster to appear outside of 1st and 2nd gen. The significance of that being that obviously the snap and drag animation had been updated, and just the way a Fatalis moves is a little bit... well, it's better outside of 1st and 2nd gen, and again, the first monster to really show us what a Fatalis is like in 3rd and 4th generation was Diamorales, so... yeah. Flooded Forest Free-for-all. Why? It's high rank, man. What for? I'm going to check to see if there are any other rooms that I can join. I feel like there aren't. I will join back immediately if there is nothing else to join, but I feel like if there was... oh, there's 18 people. He's probably fucking blocked everyone, that's why no one was joining. Casual? Chassé. Should I give these guys a try? Casual? I don't want to do a fucking high rank quest, man. That's not happening. There's lots of people online, though. I have a feeling the reason why no one was getting in was because all the people who wanted to... oh, no. I can't connect to this guy's console. I have to try to get back into that room with Brandon now. Fuck. Well, that threw a spanner in the works. I'll try to get back in. I mean, I'll be able to get back in, but my concern is rather that Brandon and Soraya will solo that quest. Well, not solo, more like 2-man. And, yeah, I'd better just... no, wrong fucking room. Stop that. Yes, I know it's full. I'm intimately familiar with the fact that that particular room is full, but it was not my intention to join that one. Okay. So they've probably already departed, would be my guess. If they haven't, then fine, but I don't want to do this quest. Yeah, lots of people playing, but unfortunately, this is really the room that I'm stuck with at the moment. What would I like to use? I think fire is an element that they're all weak to, so I'll go with fire something or other. But fire... I don't know. Let's use a bow. Rapid bow. What's my fire rapid bow? It's the Gigantomachy, isn't it? I believe so. Wherever that is. Yep. That'll do me. Looks like we've got a bow team, except I'm the only one using a real fucking bow. These people are just cheesing the game. Are they actually going to depart on a high rank quest? With Kelby deer shots? What's wrong with these people? Wait, hold on, I think... No, they're both using Kelby deer shot on a high rank quest. Why? What's that about? Seriously. It's just unseemly is what that is. Wait, this is HR3 requirement, right? Yeah. Low rank is no HR requirement. I almost thought for a second, hold on. Is this fucking low rank? No, it's not. If it were low rank, there wouldn't be an HR requirement. Okay, I will bring, and I believe I can bring these. Power coatings, yes. Okay. I did have plenty of them in my box, but apparently I'm a bit lazy with that. No, it wasn't yesterday, it was... Yeah, I guess it was a while ago. Because if it wasn't yesterday and it wasn't last week, then it must have been 2 weeks ago. When you first started watching, I think. But yeah, it's alright. When I'm next given the opportunity to post a quest, I will post it. Just adjusting my chair. Occasionally the screw for my armrest loosens. I think I'm ready to depart, people. Probably early October. But it could have been late September as well. Not too sure. I'm not really keeping track of the time. I'll let these two have a good old-fashioned conversation and hope that they wrap it up in short order. They're talking about something to do with Goebel, I don't know. I'm sure they were happy to do Goebel because in the end, when we have played this game for a while and we're in endgame, we don't find ourselves hunting Goebel all that much. Monsters like Kurapeko, Goebel, we just... There's no real reason to hunt them, so... It's nice to hunt them. I've probably hunted, like... I don't know... 10 Crimson Kurapeko. I sometimes forget that Crimson Kurapeko is even in this game, to be completely honest. Because I almost never fight him. So we're back in the flooded forest. Obviously, it's the same area as the one from Portable Third, but it's actually flooded. There are underwater areas. Your underwater areas are 3, 5, and 6. So in Portable Third, you would enter Area 3 here, and it would just be a normal area. Whereas here, it's underwater. Oh yeah, and part of 8. Which is kind of clearly reflected in the map design, or the area design on the map. Yeah, so... In Portable Third, Area 8 wasn't underwater, but here it is, so it is worth mentioning that. But you can see that there's a shoreline here. I forgot to mention part of 4, so there's a shoreline here and you go dive into the water like that. And the rest of that area is underwater. I don't usually do this, but... Oh, hello. Fucking asshole, I'm using a bow. The significance of that being that if you're going to mess with my stamina, it's going to cause problems. I'm not using power coatings yet because I don't think it's really necessary. Don't you love the sound effects of basically everything in this game? They nailed the sound effects in 3rd gen, and they fucked them up again in Portable 3rd. But that's a different story. If we can't one-zone this thing, you're gonna use a flash bomb to one-zone a fucking high-rank monster that already has reduced health by way of the fact that this is a triple quest. It's a bit embarrassing, but anyway. A bit embarrassing. I'm assuming it's Mega Potion, so I won't count. I don't even know what the monsters are, to be completely honest. I know, I'm pretty sure one of them is Lagiacruz and obviously Royal Ludroth, but I don't know what the other one is. Could be Nagakuga. Yeah, I suppose it would be Nagakuga if he spawns here. Goebel? Really? Okay. I don't know why Soraya's standing here then. I don't know why Brandon's over there. Fuck. Of course, part of the issue is that you're not shown what the objectives are while in the quest. I don't know why. Oh, Laggy is... well, we'll find out. Psychoserum should have spawned right about now. Right about now? I can use 2 Psychoserums, I can live with that. There we go. It is Laggy first. Don't know why Soraya was standing there anyway. So again, underwater bow. You can only see it here, folks. In no other Monster Hunter game can you see underwater bow. Is it good? No. It sucks. Well, it's not all that fun. That's called current. That is your underwater version of wind pressure. And there is a separate resistance to it. It's called current res. Which is very, very specific. Anyone who's got current res, I mean, good on you, I guess. What they should have had is wind pressure resistance and current resistance mixed into one skill. Some sort of, you know, resistance name that would cover both in terms of its description. Something like an unflinching, but unfortunately Rocksteady sort of matches that already. Which was a rhyme, by the way. Rocksteady covers that already. Thank you, Doomlink, for that. We needed to hear it again because it was such a brilliant rhyme. Mum spaghetti, you know. Sorry, I have to say it in an American way. Mom spaghetti! Mom spaghetti! Sorry, I have to, you know... have to really, like, draw out the non-existent O of mom. Which, I'm not even gonna go there, actually. It's existent, but it shouldn't be, that's the point. You know, how does mother become mom? Has anyone ever considered that? How does mother become mom? It should be mother, mum. But no, it goes mother, mom. It's like, hello. Mother, mum, mother, mom. There's a disconnect there. Anyway, sorry, I get a little bit emotional when I talk about the American bastardization of the English language, but... Anyway, I'll get off that subject. I try to avoid it, but... it's one of those days where I just can't, apparently. It's one of those days. So, what I find a little bit odd is that We're fighting Laggy before Goebel. I really would have expected Goebel to be before Laggy. I feel like usually when they have these multi-monster hunts, they sort of have the difficulty ascend. So usually the harder one would be last, but not here apparently. It's getting philosophical. More like linguistic. And now for Goebel, whom I can only assume will spawn in Area 1. Goebel? Asks Soraya. Yes. As far as I'm aware. But yeah, this is the area when it's actually underwater. It looks very different in Portable Third. It's got very shiny ground, actually, in Portable Third. I can show you it up here. This is on the surface of the water. It's funny, the ground is about this shiny in Portable Third as well, but this is actually the surface of water in this area. Yeah, up. There, that's the area in this location. Keeping in mind that Portable Third came after Tri, so therefore the maps in Portable Third were a variation of the Tri maps. The only maps that were unique to Portable Third were the Misty Peaks and the Amatsumagutsuchi Arena location. Am I correct in saying that? I believe so. I don't think I'm missing an area. I've got some power coatings for Goebel at least. Brandon seems to think that Goebel will spawn in Area 4, so I guess we'll head over that way. So you'll get to see Goebel being fished out, presumably. And no, why do you do this thing? Well, fine. If you want to be like that, then I won't stop you, but I'd much rather fight this thing on land. Damn it. No, no. Of course, the weakness of this monster is the lantern, but it can only really be hit consistently by a gunner, and I will try to hit it as consistently as I can. I don't think you actually need to hit the end of it to break the globe. There you go. Now back in Tri, getting that rare item, the Goebel Lantern Plus, was very, very hard. I mean, all the rare items of Tri were very hard to get. They basically made up for the lacking content of the game by forcing you to play it for longer to get all the rare items. And Goebel Lantern Plus was one of those really hard ones. It was appropriately called the Sky Piercer of the Seas, because it was Sky Piercer for the rare in Tri, given that it was high rank, obviously. Sky Swayer in this game, but Sky Swayers are so easy to get here, and Sky Piercers are very easy to get in Portable Third as well. But in Tri, you better believe Sky Piercers were serious business. They were hard to get. Your Elatrion weapon was an achievement. Your full Elatrion armor set for Gunner and Blade Master was an achievement. If you had all of the weapons and all of the armor for Elatrion, you were an accomplished Elatrion hunter, because you had killed him enough to get all of those Sky Piercers. It was serious. It took a long time. Well, I wouldn't really blame Capcom for being inconsistent when it came to the drop rates in that case, because again, Tri has the least amount of content of basically any Monster Hunter game, so I understand where they were coming from. I wouldn't sit there and say, oh, you guys are being so inconsistent, get it right, make up your minds, because there was a reason behind it for Tri. I mean, technically, Portable Third didn't have much content either, but there was still more in that game than in Tri. You know, some people will go back and play Portable Third and say, this game doesn't have much to do in it. Well, you wouldn't have liked Monster Hunter Tri. There's your underwater clapping animation if anyone wanted to see that. It's very nice. Of course, every single gesture has a separate appearance when underwater. Let's do Prance. Oh, some of them can't be done underwater, as you can see. Kickback looks like you've died. Kickback is like, oh, I'm dead. I've been killed underwater. I mean, I'm technically not dead because he's still moving his legs, but... yeah, the gestures do look different underwater, but I guess they realized that you couldn't really prance underwater, and you don't really have the mobility to prance around. Well, Lantern Plus doesn't sound quite right. Like, it can't have been 14% chance. It didn't work that way. You would not... oh, Captain's IOU. I can't even remember what weapon that is. Anyway, Lantern Plus being 14% doesn't sound right. Maybe the drop rates were different in the Japanese version, because quite frankly, getting that Go Ball Lantern was not a 14% drop. Like, that was... no way in hell was that 14%. There were differences in the Japanese version of that game, it's worth mentioning. Let's not forget that it was actually subscription-based. Like, that game was subscription-based if you wanted to play it online in Japan. So, I don't know. That doesn't sound right. That does not even remotely match up to everyone, not just me, but everyone's difficulty in getting Go Ball Lantern Plus. Couldn't have possibly been 14%. If it was 14%, then it was bugged. Simple as that. Must have been bugged. I'd be quite happy if they let me post a Morales, but I don't want to expect too much of these people. I will get Exchanger. Credits joined the room. What's his... uh-oh, I think that's Hunter Rank 3. I'm seeing the number from quite a distance, but... oh no. Apparently 7 looks like 3 when the gamepad is facing up and is very far away from me. The same wiki says Skypiercer was 15%. That's pathetic. Either that wiki, Crimson Gunner, is completely unreliable and totally, completely wrong, or the Japanese version had very, very different drop rates. It has to be one of those two. A Skypiercer could not possibly be 15%. Impossible. That's actually sad and laughable at the same time. Why are you doing this? No, I'm not sorry. Fuck off. I'm making a new room. I will make a room, or I will join a different room. That's it. I'm not doing your fucking high rank quest anymore. I'll make a room. I've been forced to make a room. That's what's happening here. I'm going to try and bring credits to my room if I can. I'm going to short message him and say that I've got a G rank room. It's over to him, but I'll let him know. I'll try to pull him out of that room. Yeah, they're probably getting the ticket, but I don't know why they would be. There's such high hunter ranks that I'm shocked that they don't have it. What is the weapon? Yeah, I hadn't really thought about the fact that it was dropping that ticket. Maybe it's a good ticket. I just don't want to do that again. Even if it were a G rank quest, I wouldn't want to do it again. I've already got someone in this room, I'm happy to say. Casadori number 2. More like Cazador 1.2. What's his hunter rank? Something. Anyway, I don't know what weapon that is, but it's a weapon of some description. It's nothing Pirate J. It said Captain's IOU, I think. It's nothing Pirate J, because Pirate J is exclusive to the Japanese games, in case you wanted to know. It's for armor. Okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't go looking through all of the bloody... Oh, no. Now, I don't even know how to respond to this. Need help? Necesitas ayuda? He's asking me if I have a quest that I need. No. I mean, unless you're asking if I'm willing to help you with that. Because if we were to compare both my hunter rank and yours, and also your loadout to mine, I'm not the one in need right now. Not even remotely. What the fuck? You can post. I'm not going to whip out the Spanish on this guy. Español. You can... Oh, he understands. That's good. Cazador. More like, what do they say again? Hey Casada or whatever? Oi Casada, that's what they say. Oh, that Hunsterverse meme. Oi Casada. I'm sure it was not specific to Hunsterverse, but it was doing the rounds on Hunsterverse, and it was pretty funny. Oi Casada. You want to do Rust Ramboros? I'm perfectly happy to do Rust Ramboros. I will bring, I think, a Pierce Icebow. I don't know what my Pierce Icebow is, but we will find out. We will find out. If it's fucking Nahabra, I'll lose my mind. This is rapid, I know it. Oh my god, if it's fucking Nahabra. I'm so sick of these bows. I want them to be struck from my inventory. I don't want them here. I'm sick of them. They're crap. They are complete crap. Seriously, but the reality is that I don't have any other choice. I have them because they are the only bows that I can use for their respective shot type and element. So I don't want to use rapid because I don't know if I could consistently rapid shot the weak point. I could go spread, but spread would be the same thing, so I just won't bow. I'll use something else. What's my ice gun lance? What is that? Let me think about it. I'd find out almost immediately if I checked, but I want to challenge myself. What is my ice gun lance in this game? It's not Lagombi, because there is no Lagombi gun lance. It's obviously not Blangonga, because there's no Blangonga in the game. So, what is it? It's not Jade Baroth. I don't think it's Glacial Agnactal. Let's just find out. Let's stop trying to challenge ourselves and just find out. It is... Oh, it is Lagombi. Okay, well, I'm an idiot. It's not Lagombi. It can't be Lagombi. No, it is. You dick. I don't know why I didn't think it was Lagombi. Anyway. It's quite unbelievable. Anyway. I mean, it's a fine gun lance. It's especially... Hold on, I don't think that's contributing to anything. I had that decoration in for my previous Gunland set. It's not contributing to anything that I have right now. Which is fine, I can live with that. What's the quest again? It is axe to grind. I'd rather not two-man it. If you don't mind, I will wait for a minute or two. I'll wait for 2 minutes. Now, I much prefer interacting with Europeans as opposed to Chinese people. Now, what's the significance of that, Doomlink? The significance is that if I go and play Generations Ultimate and I'm chatting to people who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, they're Chinese. And they make no attempts to familiarize themselves with what I'm saying. They don't try to use a translator, they just ignore you. These guys either speak enough English to understand what you're saying already, or they use Google Translate. Hallelujah. So, yeah. Communication-wise, it works well. Of course, this was a new experience for the Americans because they, in Try, had their own server. Whereas us Australians were lumped in with the part of the world that we have the worst connection to because it is a part of the world that is extremely distant, geographically speaking, to... what's going on? Changing weapons, I hope, not leaving. Changing quest? I'm quite happy for you to change quests, I just need to know what it is. No, it's the same one. What are you doing? Are you playing games with me or what? He's playing games with me. He says, I go to view my friend. I go to view my friend. To be fair, it's perfectly appropriate. View, unfortunately, is not the same as see. Although are you playing with me or what? What's going on? I thought you went to view your friend. Just to view him. Or her. And to do nothing more. Maybe I am the friend. Maybe... it's like a surprise. I am your friend. I am the friend that you went to see, after all. Christmas come early. I think this person is very confused. Because I'm confused. Their behavior is confusing me, so they themselves must be exceedingly confused. Tavo! Tavo! Thank you! Oh, Tavo. You've come to save the day, my friend. Oh, I couldn't be happier to see you, Tavo. Tavo is one of the regular players of this game. And he's a good guy. He's not like Brandon. He's not mentally deficient. He's a nice guy. And, I don't know what's happening with Casador, but he's confused. Maybe it is his friend viewing you now. Oh, God. I hadn't even considered that possibility. This is scary. I'm actually frightened by this turn of events. I don't know what to expect now. I don't know if I should expect him to post. I don't know, like... I think Dia Morales is HR7 requirement. Is he HR7 or HR6? I don't want him to even do Dia Morales with a full high rank loadout. What's going on with him? I think he's trying to view me and I'm trying to view him. And we're struggling. He's HR6, okay. I've successfully viewed him. And in so doing, I find myself disappointed. Because he cannot do Dia Morales. I mean, he might be able to, but I don't think I would want to post it. Dimeralis. Good on Mirals. Black Flame of Calamity. It is HR7 requirement. Snowball fight. This guy is definitely confused. It could be that he handed off to his friend. But if he had done so, then... I mean, let's say for instance, he was handing the controller to his friend, who was in the room with him. That would not require the leaving of the room. As in the port. He would not need to do that. He would just need to hand controller over to his friend, and then that's it. Now he's going full Espanol on me, so I don't know. I'm lost, he's lost. There is a collective confusion that is permeating this room, and it is both material and palpable. But I will persist. Is Baroth? No, I think Baroth can be resisted with a rock-steady skill. I'll bring my Depotheosis. Which is a very cool name for a greatsword, by the way, the Depotheosis. Have I eaten in all this time? Yes, I have. And I managed to get Exchanger. Great. Well, we made it in the end. I don't know where viewing his friend entered into the picture. You know what? You're probably right, Yells. He probably lied and wanted to try to join another room, and then realized that there wasn't another one to join, and then came back. And fortunately, because I had made the decision to wait, right? Let's assume that he did lie to try and leave and find another room. In the end, what caused him to want to leave was it resulted in Tavo Show joining and being able to hunt with us. So we're all fine in the end. Like, we're all here, ready to hunt, playing together, and hopefully having fun. And quite frankly, that little show that Cazador just put on for us achieved nothing, except to confuse me and likely him. I think I maintain that he's probably still confused, even as we speak. So, I don't know. Unfortunately, impatience does not go well with this community. The reality is that you have to be willing to wait 2 minutes. I said that I was going to wait 2 minutes. You have to be at least willing to wait that long in this community, because you get what you're given around here. There aren't many people playing, so that's it. I'm just glad that Tarbo's here, quite frankly. I am a fan of Tarbo because he's not a dick. Yep, there goes Cazador. Unsurprisingly, let's not forget that he's using full high rank gear. He has apologized for his death, which is good. But it doesn't change the fact that he died. He's just acknowledging that he's inconvenienced us. Well, not really. He's not even contributing. At least not properly. He's using a high rank weapon, although I think it was a Brachydio's weapon, wasn't it? So the slime would still be doing good damage, but still. A slime explosion is a slime explosion. Can you not? Yes, okay. Point taken, you're annoying. I understand that. Unsurprisingly, I'm now stunned, that's the word. Well, this is the thing, you can't sit around and say, oh, I don't want to wait 2 minutes to hunt, when there's like 15 people in the world playing the game. You have to fucking just relax. Because there is no such thing as getting into a hunt immediately here. Occasionally you can be lucky and get into a hunt quickly, but you can't expect that. This is the Dire Morales Greatsword. It's very good. My attack here is 1161, raw with 720 fire. Keeping in mind, of course, that high sharpness gives you an elemental multiplier. So, not only is my low raw value being boosted by purple sharpness, my element is also being boosted considerably by purple sharpness. Cazador is I'm telling him to stay at camp. You can Google translate that if necessary, but you're not coming back to this hunt. I'm perfectly content for you to die twice, but 3 times is going to be problematic for everyone. Seriously. I don't know if he's doing this quest to get armor. My guess is that he isn't, but he needs armor. Okay, sad face. Well, I take no pleasure in saddening you, Cazador, but it's not going to be helpful for anyone if you die 3 times, okay? Everyone's going to have their time wasted, including you, and it's bad. Technically, he doesn't have to stay at camp, he just has to not be in the area with the monster, but that's kind of the way you phrase that. Again, he's within his rights to perform poorly when he has no defense, but I'm not going to let him die 3 times. It's stupid. It's pointless. He's not going to have a better experience by forcing everyone to waste their time. You'd have a better experience if you tried to get a fucking armor set that was appropriate for G rank, quite frankly, but I don't know if that's his current objective. I don't think he realizes how important that is. He should now. This is the thing, he should now realize that, but he probably wouldn't now realize that. We assume too much of people. Not everyone thinks logically. I'm dying a lot, so therefore my highest priority is armor. Like, that doesn't cross some people's minds. He should know that already, quite frankly, but now that we've witnessed him dying like this, we can expect that he'd come to that conclusion, but I don't think that's a sensible expectation. Because if you know anything about the Monster Hunter community, it's filled with people who don't learn from experience. One thing that I always used to rant about was people flashbombing Rajang in the old games. You can literally watch these people flashbomb a Rajang over and over and over again, and the hunt becomes harder as a result, and they will continue to do it. Because they don't actually watch what's going on and amend their behavior based on what's clearly only serving to worsen the experience, what's serving to make it harder and more difficult to deal with. I mean, they think, oh, I'm throwing a flash bomb, so I'm helping. No, you're not. I mean, clearly, everyone's getting fucked up by this Rajang that's just unpredictable and more aggressive because you've thrown this flash bomb, yet you continue to do it. The only way that that can happen is if the person is not observing what's going on in the hunt and is not internalizing their own failures. They're not even recognizing it as such. So it's very normal in the Monster Hunter community for that to happen. Now, that's not exactly the same as this situation. I mean, if you're dying, that's much more easily understood than maybe flashbombing a monster and then that monster being harder to fight rather than easier, but people still don't, therefore, make the connection that they need more defense. They just think they need to play better. No, I mean, yeah, you probably need to play better too. But that would involve being able to work out that you need better armor. That's really what it comes down to. Yeah, play better. By working out your priorities in the game. You can hunt better if you want, but quite frankly, everyone needs defense. Unless you're using adrenaline or heroics or something. At which point you'd be getting one shot anyway, so the objective is always not to take a hit, but So therefore defense is irrelevant, but still, everyone needs defense in most cases, so get defense or something, mate. Yeah, I like Jade Barrel's colours. I think they're pretty good. How many times do you want to swing that tail, mate? Oh. It was me pressing the wrong button again. Alright, come on, Cazador. You don't have to stay at camp now. What if he stays at camp? Even though the monster's dead. That'd be pretty funny. Come and carve. He was moving around, he's not AFK. Don't stay at camp, man. Come and get your calves. The entire reason why I didn't want you to come and hunt the monster was so that you didn't die, and therefore you didn't get rewards. But now you're going to just not carve because you're going to stay at camp as per my direction. Oh. You can leave and carve. I'm just going to give him an LOL. He's too sad to carve. He sent a sad face. He sent a sad face in the chat. He thinks that I want him to stay at camp when the monster's dead and not get his calves. He hasn't been put in the naughty corner. I'm not reprimanding him. It is for his benefit and ours that he remains in camp so that he's not killed. He's not being prevented from carving the monster. Shit. Poor bastard. Oh. He misunderstood rather terribly. I shouldn't need to tell him to get his calves. I'm not a demon. What sort of despotic person does he think I am? I don't know. Poor Casada. Oi, Casada. I'll just send that in the chat. We're communicating. I've never had someone take stay at camp so literally. That's a new one. Yeah, poor view guy. I agree. He's having a bad day. You can keep posting that you should try to make better armor. That's... I don't want to complicate my English at all. Okay, he says. It's important. Okay. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in less than 2 minutes. I'm back. Casadori hopefully has picked himself up off the ground and is ready to hunt. I heard him loading into the area as I came and sat down, but I don't think he's here and ready to post. And Tavo's not sure that he can fully understand me, but it's true that he doesn't fully understand me, but I think he understands enough. I am trying to keep it simple, but I would assume that he would just whip out Google Translate if there were anything that he didn't understand, but yeah, Oh, okay. Thank you, Crimson Gunner. I mean, like any language, you can always understand a language better than you can speak it yourself, so I think his level of understanding is fine. As long as I keep it simple, he'll know what I'm saying, but you know, if I start telling him to refine his desideratums, or desiderata, then he might not know what I'm saying. Gardain visited the port. What's your hunter rank? Obviously, you are HR broken. 361, that's very nice to see. I must have the lowest resource point level of any person of my hunter rank. It's just because I don't do any offline village, that's why. I did it all in Try, I didn't want to do it again here, so I just haven't really done much offline. Well, your level of understanding was fine. I don't know about when we first played. I mean, I knew that your language was not English as a first language, but yeah, you were fine. It was fine. I mean, your level of understanding was fine. I don't remember if you typed poorly. I don't think you did. It was never a problem. But again, you know, you set your standards pretty low in Hunsterverse. It's fine, I don't mind. I mean, people don't need to speak well, they just need to speak better than others. There's a guy who plays Monster Hunter Freedom 1 in Hunsterverse now. His English is so bad. I mean, it's okay to be bad, but I feel like there's a certain level of confidence that is needed to purely butcher the language. So, let me find it. I screenshotted it before, but oh, it was fucking funny. So, let me read this for you. This will give you an idea of how fucked this guy's English is. It's actually really shocking. So, I'm actually going to search where I posted the screenshot. So this is what he said. Try to understand what he's saying. Oh, hold on. It's axe to grind. Let me get ready for that. But this is what this guy said in Hunsterverse. This is, of course, Monster Hunter related. The context is first-gen Monster Hunter. Lot for people don't know dual blade is kill Kezu first choose. I'll say that again. Lot for people don't know dual blade is kill Kezu first choose. So, make of that what you will. But that requires a certain talent, actually, to butcher the language that bad. So, I mean, he's just guessing at that point. Like, he has no idea what he's saying. He's just guessing at random words that could possibly mean what he's trying to put across. You'd whip out Google Translate at that point, but some people just, they don't do that, clearly. No, what he was saying, actually, was, a lot of people don't realize, this is what I interpreted, a lot of people don't realize that the best weapon type to use for Kezu is dual blades. He was trying to say that your first choice of weapon should be dual blades, and not many people realize that. That's what he was trying to say. But, yeah. That's him. Hammer M. Poor guy. But what am I going to use? How about longsword? Let's just do longsword, fuck it. Keep it simple. What is my ice longsword? Diva. Glacial Diva, okay. I'm feeling like a bit of a diva at the moment. I hope that he's chosen Rusted Ramboros as his armor set. I really hope he has, because if he's just doing random fucking quests, it's not good enough. He needs actual materials for an armor set. That is his priority. I'm assuming that's also all high rank. Yes, except this doesn't even have skills. The poor bastard. At least he's not getting close to the monster with that setup, but still, I think he really needs to work on a set. He is in need of guidance, more than anything. He needs a fellow Spaniard, and they are Spaniards, by the way. There's this misunderstanding that somehow, it's a misunderstanding from, you know, a certain part of the world where English is spoken, but it's a bastardization of English. Or a bastardized version of it. There's this misunderstanding that those who speak Spanish must be South American. In actual fact, the country of Spain is a country where the language of Spanish is spoken, and actually most of them who play this game, most Spanish-speaking people who play this game, are from Spain. So yes, they are Spaniards. Anyway, I just wanted to make that very clear. I didn't want there to be any misunderstandings. I've made my point without equivocation, for the benefit of all who require that much clarity. And, yeah. That has now been established. It is on the record. And hopefully no one's misunderstanding that point. I'll just be attacking the legs, I think, and then obviously aiming for the tail when I have that opportunity. I can hear sleep status being applied. Must be from Cazador. Cazador. I don't know if it's Cazador or Cazador. As far as I'm concerned, it's some kind of Spanish. So there you go. Very good timing for that paralysis. I don't know who is responsible for it. Oh, it's Tabasho. Trying to get in position for that back. Well, I did what I could. Sadly missed my upgrade to the longsword though. Oh. Unfortunately, at certain connection speeds or, you know, ping levels. I don't really know how to describe it, but the point is that that's one of those attacks, one of those movements that a monster can perform that don't look so good if your connection's not perfect. For the most part, the monster can move without difficulty and without jittering or anything like that, but yeah, certain attacks will be more susceptible to poor connection, and that is one of them. Don't attack, says Cazador. Okay, that's his way of saying that sleep is coming. Good on him. I like this guy. It's a little bit unfortunate that he's got really bad armor sets, but what I like about him is that he has good hunter instincts. To do what he just did, he's got good hunter instincts, you know? Like, it's not... What he did is not complicated or in any way adroit, but, you know, just sort of normal hunting behavior, but for his level of understanding, he's obviously got good instincts, so good on him. Now he's playing his horn to boost our defense. I mean, good on him. Maybe he's not that inept after all. Well, he's playing like he's experienced. He's playing like he's both very confused and experienced at the same time. Well, he's gunning a lot better than he was gun lancing. And I believe that's what he was using last time. Maybe it wasn't a gun lance. I think it was a gun lance, but he was using a hammer, okay. I don't know why I thought it was a gun lance. I must have been getting confused with Akhenator, the last guy who was high rank that we were playing with. He was using a gun lance. So I said that I didn't know why, and then proceeded to explain why I thought that. Don't trust me at my word. Another sleep. I mean, you couldn't have had more warning than that. You couldn't have had more warning than that. I mean, who's to say that no one hasn't brought combination materials for bombs? What was that, Gardain? Come on, there's no excuse for that. The monster had been sleeping for the best part of 3 seconds before you went and attacked him again, so I don't quite know what you could produce in the way of an excuse for that behavior, but ugh. That was pretty bad. I'm aiming for the tail not because I want to break it, but because it's a weak point, if you ever wanted to know. Like, I don't ever aim for the tail with that sort of objective, but just because I don't need Durambro stuff. I aim for it because it's good to aim for it. It's more damage than aiming for the legs or the arms or the head. So that's what I'm doing. Can't believe you still got me there. You like my long swording? Oh, shit. Now there are 2 ways to get hit by that tail and be affected by the impact of said tail. The first way is like that, where you're actually directly hit and you are consequently thrown, as you normally would be, as a result of the impact. And then the second way is to sort of have an indirect impact from the tail, where it's sort of it's slammed into the ground, and then the outward force of that causes you to fly in the air as if you were upswung by, for example, a greatsword upswing or something like that, and you take very little damage. It's weird. It's this strange effect that's caused if you're standing near the tail as it comes down after that attack. He wants to capture us, so we'll go for it. Tavo's saying that he's communicating with the Spanish guy. I don't know what he's saying. I'm happy to go for the capture if he is indeed capturable, but I don't think he is. I don't think he would have gone in this direction if he were capturable, and I suspect that that's what Tavo was trying to communicate. We could go for it now. I don't think it's worth it. We'll just keep hunting as normal. Unfortunately, well, that was actually not a direct hit. You could see that I didn't take much damage there. Uh-oh. I could see that coming. Damn it! That's alright, he was flinched anyway, I wouldn't have been able to deal any damage. There goes Cazador. As you can see, I'm using my longsword much as one would in 2nd gen, just because that's the habit that I'm in, but it's not like you're doing poor damage if you choose to use the longsword like that. The damage that you're dealing is very good, it's just maybe it's not worthwhile. Maybe it's better to try and... Hey, you got a sacrum. Maybe it's worthwhile trying to get your charge up as fast as possible instead in a game like this, and I would say that that's probably true. Because if you're prolonging the spirit combo, it means that there is a higher chance that the monster's going to move out of your range before you can get that final spirit slash that levels up your gauge, which is probably not helpful at all. I'm assuming that he wants to capture, so I'll do it. I haven't been able to follow this Spanish conversation, but he asked for a capture, and so I will give him one. They're having a full-blown conversation in a language that I cannot understand, nor contribute using. Oh. It's good to have Tavo show here, though. I feel weary from my dealings with the community, mainly on account of Brandon's presence in seemingly every room that I want to join. Like yesterday, the only real room that I could join was one with Brandon in it. I got the Rambolite, which is nice. Yeah, so I made my own room and was a little bit concerned as to whether or not I could actually get people into the room, but then Tavo Show joined, so I don't have to worry anymore, because I know that he's a good hunter and he's good company. Which was very good. Oh, Tavo Show left. I'm guessing that was a disconnect. He should come back. So I got a Sacrum, which is the rare item from high rank. And I also got Durambolite. Durambolite, there you go, is the G rank rare. give him an NP. He said thanks, guys, but... I'm happy to keep doing your quests. I probably won't continue on for much longer, I just don't want Tavo to return to a room that doesn't exist. I'm assuming that he disconnected. He would have said goodbye if he actually intended to leave. Bye, says Casadori. Okay. Oh, sorry. I keep reading it as Casadori because the one looks like an eye from a distance. Probably not to you, but why is everyone leaving? Thanks for the hunting, he says. Well, I feel like this group has decided that that was my last hunt. Have you ever had that happen? Where you're not sure if you want to finish or not? And then it's almost as if the group decides for you that, no, this is your last hunt. Bye. Very well. I do thank you all for watching, and I will see you when I'm next recording Monster Hunter. I don't think I'll do another recording today. I'm not really feeling up to it. This was a fairly long recording. This was almost 3 hours. I don't feel like doing Twilight Princess. I don't feel like doing anything at the moment outside of this recording, so that'll be 2 for this weekend period. And I will see you all when I'm next recording. Hopefully I'll do something in Portable Third, or some, Hunsterverse based Monster Hunter game, and I look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye for now.